Welcome back, my friends. Usually, to do an opening for these videos we're doing for the restoration of the 1943 Willys MB, I come out and say some sort of smarty pants thing or do some anecdote or try to make some corny joke. I really couldn't come up with one for this one, so I'm just going to show you this. This is my original Autolite coil from the 40s, and it's gold size. See that? Read it and weep. This, my friends, is a rarity of all rarities, and I'm going to show you how to wire it up and install it in this video. Yeah, Schiller, we know. You and your brass and your gold size. I don't know, some clown painted that thing with brass spray paint. Anyways, it does work though, it really does. In this video, we're going to be installing the two wires that connect from the coil to the junction block on the firewall, and then from the junction block on the firewall through the grommet and into the filterette. We got to do this step because in the next video, we're going to be actually wiring up that filterette. So we got to get past this one to get to that one. I hope you enjoy the video. Check it out. From the RFJP Master Electric Kit, we've got part number A5079, and that's the filter to the coil to the junction block wire. And I'll show you how to hook these up. It's pretty simple. They're two short wires. They're about the same length. One goes to the filter and one comes out there and connects to that block there that's on the firewall and then to our coil. These wires are very important in the function of the engine and actually provide the electricity to the coil to get us our spark. So we installed this block in a previous video. It's just held on by two screws from the inside, and I'll show you here where these go. So we're going to go on the driver's side lug fastener there. I've removed the screw and you can see the internal external star washer and the washer that came with that. Okay, there again, these are the same length, so it doesn't really matter which one you use in which position. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to fuse them together here before I put them onto the junction block. It'll just make it a whole lot easier. So you can slip your screw through the one eye connector there, and then you can connect it to the other. Now, if you notice on those two connectors that they're kind of angled off to one side, so you want to kind of fasten those so they'll be flat against your junction block. As you can see there, I've kind of turned those upside down. I'll kind of show you closer here what I'm talking about. But that'll lay flat up against that junction block and make a nice connection here when we fasten it. I'm going to hold this little wire assembly just with my hand here, and I'm going to have to get in the way of the camera. But basically, I'm just going to line that screw up with that junction block, and then I'm going to take a flat-headed screwdriver and give it a tighten down. Now, if you've been watching these videos for a while, you know that I like to put my heads all clocked so they're vertical. And you don't really have to do that. You want this to be fastened and tight, but I just get a kick out of doing it. So I'm going to snug that right down and get it as close as I can, and then I'm going to almost force it to be so that the screw is vertical. Just one of those things that I do here in the series. It's more important for it to be actually tight. After we get it all tightened down, we're going to take that one lead that's toward the top, and if you see that grommet there on the firewall where we, in a previous video, installed the wire that is connected to the floor starter switch, we're going to take that one lead on the top and we're going to poke it right back through that grommet hole, because that wire will get connected to the filterette, in which I will be showing you that in our next video. So for now, we're just going to slip it through here and leave it loose. I do know what those are just because of the way that the wires are colored and the number of tracers that are on them. So that would be black with two white tracers. Now we're going to take the lead that is on the downside and we're going to connect it to the positive side of the coil there that's mounted to the engine block. I'll see if I can't get in here closer with the camera so I can show you the lead there where we're going to connect to. So we're just going to take this lead that comes out, I say on the bottom side of that block, and we'll reach up behind this bracket here, and it connects right there on the positive side terminal of the coil. Then we'll go ahead and install the lock washer and the nut on there and tighten it down. And here, we did this in another video, but I'm going to show it to you again. It's part number 5083. It goes from the negative side of the coil to that connection there on your distributor. We'll come around the front side here and I'll give you a little bit better look at that coil while that's connected. Again, those two leads are connected to the coil with an internal, external star washer and the nut that comes on the coil. I just want to show you here kind of close up how those are routed so you can see that pretty easily. It's pretty basic setup. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. It's amazing, isn't it? Those little wires, those two little wires going through that wonderful piece of equipment is what allows us to make spark and make fire in our L134 Jeep engine. So that is kind of an important piece. I'm going to put that one back in the box. It's not gold sized. Anyways, my friends, I hope you've been enjoying the series we've been doing here on the wiring harness of the 1943 Willys MB provided by Ron Fitzpatrick Jeep Parts. We're going to be finishing up here shortly. This video, I believe, is number 25, and I believe there's only a total of maybe 32 for the whole wiring harness. So we're getting towards the end. Hope it's been helpful to you. If you'd like to subscribe, you can do so by clicking that subscribe button right down there below me, and click that little bell also, because you will get notified when we release new videos. All right, my friends, until next time, keep it safe and happy Jeeping.